Hey guys, Steven here. I'm glad to see that many of you enjoyed my epic return in the form of my Season 2 pilot. I think that's the best way to split this up, is to call it a second season, because things are going to be a lot different this time around. The first batch of videos I did was kind of, I would spend a lot of time building outside of the game, and then come back to the game to show you things. And the problem is that it was a lot of, demonstrating, and then I'd be like, well, crap, I have to do a tutorial on this. And I realized I can kind of cut out the middleman by just doing my like planning on paper and stuff, and then coming into the game to actually show you my entire thought process. So I thought that was kind of a cool idea that I haven't really done a whole lot with. So what we're going to do is revisit this calculator idea that I started a long time ago, and we're going to use all the stuff that we have, but I want to come back to this idea of using a numeric keypad for the inputs of our calculator. And the reason for that being that I know a lot of you guys aren't really strong on binary, and so it's kind of stupid to have a calculator where your inputs are all in binary, because I mean, if you come up to a thing like this, I'm sure a lot of you would, you have to do a lot of, wait, tell me, oh, mobs are on. Gosh, that's stupid. Uh, we're not going to be building computers with mobs on, sorry. Anyway, so I really like this keypad idea, and I've been trying to figure out how I can make it work with our, because we have our binary inputs here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to design a very simple one of these that maybe we can scale up. Basically, it's going to have a keypad with numbers 0 through 9, and it will only, at first, it's only going to handle single digit numbers. So, like, you can do 0 plus 9, or like 9 minus 9, things like that. And then eventually we're going to see if we can do two digit numbers, which is going to be really hard, actually. It really is a lot harder to do. But I'm going to try to see, I'm going to look at some research, maybe like take apart some calculators and see how they do it, because I've never actually really looked into this before. In computer science, we just study everything in binary, because, I mean, we assume that some other chump out there is going to be doing the legwork, and it occurs to me that maybe we should figure that out. This is really lagging hardcore. Anyways, so that's what I want to do in this episode, is get going on that. There's going to be a lot of parts to this, and it's going to be kind of boring, potentially. One problem is I don't have any of my mods installed, so like I might have to take a break and install mods so that I can have all my items and crap like that, because I'm just playing vanilla 1.8.1 right now. And I'll get back to the other LP thing when I feel like it. I started doing one with Hydra, who's a good friend of mine. So let's take this thing that we were working on here and kind of expand on it. What I want to do is we're going to start a new one over here, just, to clear my head or whatever. So we're going to have it like on a cell phone, where you have the numbers. Oh, actually, it'd be more like on your keyboard. It'll be the numbers in like the telephone order, and then we'll have plus and minus on the same thing here. And I don't know if we need an equals button. I mean, I guess we could put that in for the hell of it, but I don't think it's that important. Um, so yeah, that should be interesting. So I'm just gonna throw one of these together. This probably won't be our final design. So down here is gonna be 0, and then I don't want to like squeeze all these duders together here. We'll kind of spread them out to make it easier for ourselves. But yeah, so this is gonna be like 1, 2, 3. This will be 0, and this will be maybe plus and minus or something like that. We'll see how it goes. Um, so then further up here, let me get behind this thing or beside it. I don't know. It's gonna be an experiment. I'll probably perfect this control panel more. Maybe you guys have some ideas on what we can do with it. But I really want it to be cool and realistic. Oops. And have lots of functions. That's important too. So we got 1, 2, 3. This will be 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9 will go on top. This rain is really kind of pissing me off here. Is there a way to like kill this? Field of view. I don't really know what that does. Graphics fast, brightness. Maybe we should increase that so you can see. Render distance. Here we go. Short, tiny, Let's do tiny for now. Performance max FPS. Yeah, that's what we want. Okay. Hey. Okay. If only the rain would go away. I really need to get some commands going in here. Alright. So, here's the problem. This is the problem. The hard part is converting our keypad to binary, okay? That's going to be our challenge that we're going to be working on for a while, okay? And I want to do that step by step to show you how. But basically what we're going to build is called an encoder. It's a binary encoder. You've seen me make decoders, which is how we convert binary to decimal, but we need to go the other way around, okay? So what we're going to do is, basically, we're going to do it the hard way. We're not going to build anything special for it. We're just going to take each of our keyboard outputs and wire it to the proper binary for that number. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to come over here to kind of illustrate this. So let's say this is our number 1, okay? This is our 1. And we're going to just represent it with like, yeah, we'll do, okay. So I'm going to have a button on it. This will be just like on our keypad, but I'm going to use a lever so that we can kind of see what it looks like as we go through it. So I was stupid and put away my redstone. Okay, so we got our redstone signal coming down. Let's say 1 is activated. Now we know that 1 in binary is just 1, but when we're working with our numbers here, 0 through 9, 9, let me write it down for you just so you see it. 9 is going to be 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus... Okay, so this is 9 in binary. So you see we need 4 bits to represent each of our numbers. So we have to map all these to 4-bit numbers. Alright. So what that means is we're going to have something like this. God, this lag is just destroying my soul right now. Okay, so each of these represents one of our bits in that order. So for 1, we know 1 is just going to be 0001. Everything in front of it is 0. Okay, so that means that I'm going to set up like torches over here to show, well, I want to torches. We could do, we'll just look at the wire. Okay, so for 1, we know that this bit just needs to be on, and we need to invert all these other dudes, okay? So we can take this out the front here. This will just be on, okay? But then these guys need to all be off. Whenever the 1 is activated, all these need to be turned off. So I'm going to use an inverter on the other side of these blocks, and then just wire in this like normal. Okay, so now if we draw lines out here, ooh, the lag. There's so much. Okay. So now you can kind of see, well, this isn't transmitting through the block, but like this. Now we have 0001 from our decimal signal. So we have one of our numbers finished. So we kind of have to do something like this for each and every one. And I don't, like I said, I don't want to build some kind of compact, crazy mechanism that exploits lots of like Minecraft rules and stuff, because I want it to be easy to understand and build, like something you could build not remembering the structure, just going off of the principle. So what we'll try to do is condense this. I mean, I can bring all these back, so that'll help. I believe I can bring these back. We'll try to use repeaters to redirect the signal, but keep in mind we want to minimize our delay at the same time, and repeaters add delay. So what I'm thinking is maybe, let's see. So for our decoder, it's not actually going to store the signal. At the end of our decoder, we're going to have a memory cell that will hold our answer for the calculator while the calculation is being done. And, dude, I would murder for it to be daylight right now. Like, legit, I would. Okay. Let me turn the brightness up again. Okay. So, sorry, I'm kind of just like figuring this out as I go. So we're gonna have one of these for each number, and then what we'll do at the end is combine all these signals with like OR gates, so that all the, this is 8, this is our digit for 8. Like if this is turned on, we add 8 to it. I should probably label these. It's 8, 4, 2. Oh, I can type 2 and 1, and I'll just put a repeater here so that we can turn that stupid thing on. Whoa. Oh yeah, I forgot you're supposed to use torches at night. That's why I can't see. Okay. So we'll just take all these things at the end and combine them, and since only one button is going to get pushed at a time, it doesn't really matter how they're combined. But if you do push multiple buttons, it's going to screw it up. So I'm thinking maybe what we can do is layer these dudes on top of each other and make like a 20 block tall thing where at the end all the lines come down and combine. That'd be pretty cool. I think that would make sense actually. But what I'll do for now is just make them all out this way, and it's going to be not that big. And this is going to feed into 2 different memory arrays depending on whether we're using the first number that we add. So I'm going to structure it like this. We have A that we enter, B that we enter, and then C is the answer. Okay, so A is going to get stored in the A memory. We'll call it M for A. B gets stored in memory B, and then C is just going to be memory A plus memory B at any given moment. And then we'll be able to change, like, we could change A and then not change B, like cool stuff like that, you know? So if we're like, oh, 9 plus 8 is 17, but I wonder what 3 plus 8 is. I honestly don't know. Maybe you can tell me in the comments. 3 plus 8, that's pretty tough. I really don't know. So I think this is a cool way to do this. And, I mean, I'm sure it's been done before, but I don't think anybody has really sat down and showed you how to, oh, excuse me, do this kind of thing. So this will be fun, you know, cool little thing for us to do together. I probably won't go back and rebuild all the adding stuff because I have tutorials on how to do that, so I'll just say reference this video. Yeah, so this is our 1. The only issue is that when we turn 1 off, all these dudes turn on. So maybe we won't use these ones here. Maybe we'll just have it light up the proper ones. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. So, but we can make kind of like a standard structure where it's like we always do this, and then it depends on whether or not we put the repeater here, or we can make it more compact by not doing that, I guess. So let's tear this stuff down here and put 2 in. Yeah, so just ignore all that crap. Let's make our number 2. So keep in mind, these are still going to be, yeah. So 1 doesn't connect to it, but 2 might. So if we build 2 like right here or something, we'll redo this once I kind of figure out what we're going to do. So 2, here's our lever for 2. We'll turn 2 on. All we have to do for 2 is wire it to this guy right here. And you can kind of see some problems with this already. It's going to get really cramped. So, you know, probably won't keep it this way. I forget, can you actually take, will this work in the new versions or whatever? I don't know. I wouldn't bother building this yet. It's, you know, very speculative. Okay, does that work? It does. That's so bizarre. I mean, that's cool that they can do that now, I guess. Yeah, so now we can actually see if 2 is turned on, then our binary answer for 2, this is 2, see? 2? It's correct. And so we'll probably do something like this. We'll make them really compact together. I'll probably actually rotate these the other way. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that before. We're going to rotate these 90 degrees, like my other logic design things. So then we can test that 1 still works like that. Yeah, 1 still works. So we'll just, whoa. I forgot you can, like, how did I do that? Double tap. Whoa. Why didn't you guys tell me about this? Dude, I can run fast as shit. Okay. So like I said, let's rotate these 90 degrees, and we will, yeah. I mean, I don't know why I'm going to, I'll just do it, and then if it's long, I'll cut it. Whatever. This is actually a really good idea. I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. The only problem is you could see, like, if we want to scale this up to 2-digit numbers, we'd have to have like 99 rows, which is absolutely ridiculous. So that's the problem. We got to find like some kind of algorithm for doing this. But there's a way to do that called a binary coded decimal that I really don't want to deal with because it's a giant pain. Okay. So we can actually move these all closer together now. We'll put them 1 apart. We could put them 0 apart if we used all repeaters, but that adds a lot of delay that I don't want to deal with. So this will be number 2. Okay. So out here are going to be our binary outputs, basically. So why don't we make all these 2. We'll make a couple. I mean, not all of them, just to see how this is going to scale up. Okay. We may need to make the binary outputs kind of far apart. I'm not really sure yet. So let's just make them far away to be safe. Oh yeah, and then they need to be, yeah, we'll just make them far apart. Like 2 apart. Okay. So 1 is going to connect to, not that, that's for sure. Don't know what I was thinking there. 1 will connect to our 1 over here. Okay, and we'll just say torch off means it's on, just, you know, kind of opposite. And then 2 will connect to, dude, I'm almost out of redstone, this is BS. Pew. Almost enough, huh? Where did it die? Did it die here? Nope. Oh, come on, you. Don't give me that crap. There we go. I guess it needs to go like over here somewhere. And then we can find creative ways to connect these and stuff. Oh, it wasn't even turned on, that's why it didn't work. Dumbass. Okay, so there's 2. 2's working. We'll just keep doing this for all these. And yeah, I think this is a good idea. You know, it seems to be fairly small. I mean, it's small compared to that gargantuan thing we built over there. And the benefit we get out of this is really cool. So I would say it doesn't matter how big it is, because it's such a cool part of our system to have. Okay, and this is going to get easier to do once we can start crossing these lines, because if you look at it, so we're going to look at the numbers this way. So anytime we have something that has 8 in it, which is going to be 9 and 8, we can cross this line without worrying about it, okay, this line. Anything that has any odd number is going to need a 1, so we can cross these lines without worrying about it. And the same with the even numbers, or anything greater than 1 is going to have to go through here. And the same with 4. So in this way, we're going to end up crossing a lot of lines and taking some shortcuts, but it's actually okay. It's not really going to bother us, because we're not just trying to do, we're not doing multiple numbers at once where it matters whether, like if we turn on 1 and 2, that'd be the same as turning on 3, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to have 3 turned on, because these are going to be buttons, remember. And then at the other side of this is going to be our memory array for A, and then a memory array for B. And depending on which number, depending on which number is active, it'll go to that memory array. And we're going to do that pretty simply. I'm not going to leave these here. Basically, we'll just have a some kind of like AND gate for A and AND gate for B. So if A is activated, then it can get stored in A. If B is activated, it can get stored in B. And we'll make it so that it can't get stored in both, logically, So this is going to be pretty fun to build. I think I'm going to cut this off here just so you guys get a cool little preview of what's coming up, and so this can upload faster. And then tonight, when I have some free time, we will, I might add on to this a little bit, but I'm not going to do any of the hard stuff without you being here, because I feel really bad when I do that. What I need to do now is go mod my game so that I have too many items, and so I can fly and stuff and like do cut and paste. So I will see you guys after I do that. Thanks for watching, and please leave your suggestions and feedback in the comments below.